Jack, Kim, good to see you both. Welcome to Popternative.
Hey,
Thank
man.
you.
I
Thanks for
mean,
having
this is a shark movie, and both of you are in a shark movie. Jack, what's it like being in a shark movie? Like, just simple
you.
question.
Know what? You look like you're pumped for this. Are you a shark movie fan?
Maybe. Yes, I am. Absolutely. I can confirm that this is one of my favorite shark movies. I'm telling you this. Everyone's got to see The Last Breath. What's it like being part of a shark movie, knowing that there is kind of a big appetite for this content? There's Shark Week. Like, it's pretty cool, right?
Cool, man. And you know what? Like, I am excited about it, but I will be honest. Like, there are some shark movies have got a bad name. With the budget or whatever how it looks. So I was a little bit nervous because I was like, is it going to be a good one? Is it gonna... But when I saw the director attached and how he wanted to make it and the script, I was like, I think this is going to be a good shark movie.
It's
I think
great.
it's gonna...
I can confirm. I can confirm it's great, and I'm so excited. I was so excited to finally speak to both of you about this because your performances are amazing. And
Thank you.
Kim, I do want to ask because
Go on.
so much kind of happens before you go to camera, right? On The Last Breath, right? You're discussing a lot. There's the diving kind of component of everything. So in a lot of ways, you could see it as two journeys, right? Before filming something and after filming something from an acting storyteller perspective? Or do you see it as one big journey with multiple steps? I'm curious about that.
No, there's like a good 100 steps for this. There's the prep. The thing is, there was so much prep, and there needs to be to like keep everyone safe and all that exciting stuff. But also, like, just because once you're down there, you can't really just chat to your director and ask a question. So we'd have like these extensive briefings and like a map of the set, and like you're going to go this way, and then you're going to swim this way, and yeah. So that was very helpful and very good. But like once you're down there, it's like, okay, well, here we are. Joachim our director, can like shout things over the speaker of what he needs. So yeah, it was a good one.
Jack, I have to tell you, I was so stressed watching this as soon as from the moment you were all down there and everything. It was like even before we see the sharks, like it was just like get out of there. Like I was just frustrated because no one thought it was a bad idea. When Alex's character brought it up, like no one thought it was a bad idea. You know what I mean? So, do you think about the audience member being stressed watching that while you're making it, or does that happen a little bit after you wrap? I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, no, there's too much to think about that. I was totally concentrating on the prep and the scuba diving. I think that it is actually scary filming it because it was so hard to film underwater. So I had too much in my mind to think about what it was like when it was going to be done. I didn't even think about watching the movie whilst we were doing it. That was not even in my mind. We had too much to do. So, but now watching it, I'm so pleased with it because it is a thrill. It's a fun.
100%. Kim, what would you say, kind of based on what Jack just said about the underwater and everything? Like, what would you say the overall pace of filming this movie was? Like, were there some days where it felt very quick, very long? Like, what was that like for you in terms of the overall pace of filming The Last Breath?
I've got to say, there were some days I'd look at like the call sheet, the schedule. I'm like, oh wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. Yeah, and in particular, the scene without spoilers in the medical bay. I was like, this is gonna take a good few days, surely. I was like, nope, let's whack this out in a day and a half. I was like, okay, no pressure. Let's do this. So yeah, it both felt fast and slow because it was such a big undertaking. And we were in Belgium for a month filming the interiors. So that's a pretty fair amount of time, 10 hours a day of diving. But some of the things that we were shooting and the level of action in it, how quickly they were able to put it together was very impressive. The team were incredible.
100%. Jack, this is one of my, questions, not really about the sharks or about the thrills. This is kind of an actor's question. Okay. So I feel like when I got flustered at the fact that you're all kind of agreed to go down and do this, like at everything, it had to do with, it's interesting because there is this self-reflection, lost character component, right? People are lost figuring things out, right? The thrill being with their friends. So I'm just wondering from an acting storyteller perspective, Jack, is it more fun or more challenging playing these like lost characters trying to figure things out? Because in a lot of ways, they don't think they're lost if you think about that, right?
Yeah, I think these are my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Because I love tense films. Like I love the Safdie brothers. Good Time, Uncut Gems, where you can't catch your breath. You're on the edge of You're like, I can't breathe right now. I love I've always wanted to film something like that. So fun to do as a
Yeah.
character. So, however, I do think that the leading guy or whatever is sometimes the most boring because he's like, you've got to do this to survive, and you can't do this, and you have to be on this guideline. And so I think like Alex and Arlo maybe had the best time because they were these really fun characters that can play.
Yeah, Alex
These
just pouring drinks, getting ready, partying, and everything.
it was great. So I had a great time doing it, but my character was very, trying to keep everyone safe and was trying to get out.
Absolutely, 100%. Okay, it's a little bit of a spoiler, but it's not. I mean, it's a shark movie. Like people see the trailer, right? But I was so stressed out the first time we saw a shark in this movie. If you know what I'm talking about, Kim. Like the first time we see the shark come by, because that would, to me, I did like this class in high school called literature and tragedy, and there was always that kind of point of no return, right? So as soon as that kind of happened, I was like, no one's getting out of here. You know what I mean? Like in my head, you know what I mean?
Popping up.
Like, it was pretty quick. Like it happened quicker than I thought. You know what I mean by that, Kim?
Yeah, oh yeah. I think as well because it had been so long, like when we shot it in the end of 2022. So, and I watched it for the first time, the final finished project a couple of weeks ago. So I was like, I think I'd kind of forgotten like bits. So kind of also was kind of like, oh shit, shark. Like, oh, okay. So yeah, I think they time it very well in the script of where they make that like first appearance.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of things. There's like the wire and everything, but that first shark, Jack, I'm just like, you know what I mean?
And it's so exciting for me. Is for sometimes you don't get to see the other actors' parts. Like Kim's bit, and I don't want spoilers or anything, but Kim's set. I never saw that, so I saw that for the first time on screen, and it was my favorite bit.
Well, that really is. It's funny. That really is like the storyteller life, right? Like you work on this thing, you wrap, you wait, and then it's out of your hands, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
we got to see like a super rough cut because we had some sound work to do afterwards, and Joachim, the director, very kindly, which is very rare to be able to see like a rough cut before you go into an ADR, but just to sort of give us a bit of a refresher. And it was really fun because you sort of get the really shocking reactions, but the VFX haven't been done yet. So it'd be kind of like, oh my God, shark. And then like a little clip art shark in the next thing.
I have to tell you, the thing that's exciting me the most about this, because Jack, you caught me in the beginning. I love shark movies and I'm very passionate about them and I love recommending, and I'll do everything in my power to make sure people see this one. This one will be like part of those. Is it cool to think about, Jack? Like the fact that there's going to be like, this is going to be in like the shark movie marathons for years to come. Like that's kind of cool to think about that it's in the fold, right?
Dude, now you're telling me this, I'm getting hyped. You're hyping me.
Yeah.
I will make sure it is part of there. I will recommend. You must watch the shark. It's great. It's so good.
Mate, that's so interesting because I never expect much because you don't know what a movie's going to do. You don't know if it's going to flop, it's going to go good. Well, I just expect the least. So the fact that this is a shark movie, it's got global kind of like what do you call it? It's kind of
Global appeal.
Appeal, thank you. Yeah, it's got global appeal. So already we're seeing it in cinemas like in Russia and Indonesia, and people are sending us little movie tickets like we're gonna watch your movie. Already I'm like, oh wow, this is kind of like worldwide. This is kind of global.
I know, but specifically US, July 26th, it's going to be available in theaters, which is really exciting. And both of you are fantastic in this, and I can't wait for everyone to check this out because I loved it. And I will be making a lot of content, making sure people watch it. So everyone's got a good opportunity. Jack, it was so great to speak with both of you. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
Let's stay in touch. You're a vibe.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. That was awesome. Thank you both so much. All the best.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.